Remember, they said they wouldn't post any of this online at all.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, right. Sorry.
Feel free to expand on everything.
So, with that in mind,
thanks for coming here, guys, and telling us all about your game. And a big fan of all of you, especially the guy right in the middle, because of Flash fan. And I hope the rumors are true and you are working on the movie, but you don't have to say anything. Right. So my question is actually kind of Flash related. So it's DC Universe, so it's not just Metropolis, not just Gotham, which we've seen in all the screenshots. So currently, are there plans that Central or Keystone or Grill City in the game when it launches? Or other DC's locations, obviously. Yes.
Yeah, no, definitely we want to keep the feeling of this kind of entire, like Jens talked about earlier, we want to, there's a lot of content, there's like 75 years of content, and it would be virtually impossible to build all of that by launch. So really what we want to do is focus on the Earth and make sure that that has a kind of a pristine version of the DCU feel that Jim's talked about in the past. And that's really kind of what everybody's kind of like known and loved about the DC universe. If you want to elaborate on that?
I don't know. I can't wait for the Kandor expansion pack. It's going to be super tiny. You can't get in it. No one has that. No one.
Yeah, no one. It's on like a keychain flash drive. You just plug it in.
You download it in like 5 seconds. That's small.
Actually, though, but going into Kandor would be pretty badass.
That would be. But you know what? I think when we sat down with the first initial list of all the cool stuff, I mean, there's just way too much cool stuff to put in the first launch. So, but we want to give you the staple stuff, the Gotham City, the Metropolis. But there are a lot of other environments that you can go to on top of that. But Gotham and Metropolis are the two main cities.
and it's, so again, like, we're not a city game only, right? I mean, it's not like City of Heroes where you are just running around endlessly and block after block of cities. We have the two coolest cities in comics in our game, Gotham and Metropolis. Okay, maybe 2 of the 3.
2 of like 5.
2 of 5. Yeah, Flash.
Yes, Kento City School.
Why didn't you write them?
Yeah, I did.
But again, it's really important for us to have a sense of world in this game, right? Not just city after city. So we have exotic locations all over the place, and there will be other stuff as we do expansions. Like Jim said, they concepted at Wildstorm so many different environments, so much stuff. And I walk down the hall, and I'm like, cool, that's in the game, that's in the game. Expansion 2, expansion 3. There's so much stuff.
And those expansions were what again? What were those again?
Good try.
And then Jeff and Marv, how difficult was it? You guys were basically given this open world to kind of run free in, and as creative people, I assume you just wanted to write and write and write. How hard was it to rein yourselves in for this initial rollout?
Well, for me, it was just a matter of talking to us hands about it.
You reined us in.
The focus, and what if I can't get into too many specifics, but if you're going to enter the game as a new hero or villain, and what type of hero or villain, where do you want to go, who you interact with, and who your kind of liaison to these universe is, that's where I focused all my energy on creating that paradigm, and then it built off from there with the overall story. So I thought it was very important for people who don't know the DC universe. You don't go in there and the first person you meet is Gold from the Metal Man. You've got to kind of get an entry level into the DC universe. So hopefully fans that are even casual fans of the DC, you can get in and then start to explore the depths the DC universe can go. Then you introduce all the new characters and all the new environments. You start big and you get into kind of the underbelly of what the DC universe is and the diversity in it, which is, I think, great.
You do get involved right away with the major characters that people would know, and then you get introduced to a lot of the other ones down the line very quickly, and then slowly throughout the entire game. So it's always new characters being added to the game and new environments as the story progresses.
I thought was really cool. Like the stuff that Jens and I generated was a lot like detailed, like A happens and B happens and C. And Jeff comes in and he writes this thing, and the first line is a quote. It's like I'm Lex Luthor, I traveled thousands of miles, and now I gotta take a massive dump. And it's Lex Luthor, and made it feel real, like you're quoting somebody, like, oh, this is...
That's not the real one.
No, that's not the one. But
the very first thing you hear in the
right,
game.
something like that. It was something like that. And first of all, it makes it memorable. It pulls you into the story, and I think what these guys really bring to the table is it infuses the game with personality. You know, and I think Jens and I we're so focused on having we gotta have this, gotta have that, but these guys really brought up the characters to life, and I think that's a very important part of the game.
Yeah, and really.
I believe you went to poo.
Oh, well, he's traveled a long time. It's like that astronaut that went from Texas to Florida with the Huggies.
You got.
I don't remember writing that sentence.
Yeah.
Now you know why. Just draw the stories.
But it was Lex Luthor. And who has Lex Luthor? No one.
No, that's right. That's right.
Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks a lot for everything you guys do. I had a question about it. A lot of games that have come out, like, you seem to be able to play by yourself and get through things a bit quicker. Are you guys been offering more the idea of getting into groups? I mean, I know that you guys have like missions where you would go on with like Batman or Blue Beetle or Superman. It's like you really don't need a party when you run around with Superman. But I'm just wondering, are you guys still going to be heavy focused on the idea of a party dynamic and things like that, or
Justice
is it
League
more
of
like
America.
a bunch of people just get together and put it up?
Yeah, I mean, we have grouping in the game, and we have groups of groups in the game. So places like Star Labs are areas where you'll go in with more than just a normal sized group to take on the content because it's more difficult. But you know, our game isn't about getting 40 people together to all stand in a freaking massive pile and like whack on one, you know, big villain.
That wasn't a direct shot at anybody in particular.
We're nuts.
It's about getting 45 people.
Yeah. So, you know, our stuff is about, you know, when you look at Justice League, you know, they definitely do take on villains that are tough and they need to direct all their attention to it, but a lot of times they split their focus. You know, the teams are about dividing and conquering. I'll take care of this, you take care of that, you take care of this very complicated thing that's what you do when you're dealing with the group stuff. And, you know, that's what our content is sort of designed to capture. You know, it's a lot of people taking care of a lot of different objectives simultaneously to kind of get the job done. So there's a different feel to it. Of course, we do have your big, you know, bad guys that everybody needs to pile on.
Right. No, I mean, I think they figured out that in the comics in the 70s, all the JLA stories, like they always had to break up the team into pairs, and then each pair would go through something different. Like Superman's like, I'll stop the meteor from hitting Earth. Batman's, I'll redirect traffic safely. Something like that. So we have that.
Conversations you don't know exist in the DC universe, starring Jim Lee.
How you guys doing? My name's Charles. So glad to see everybody here. Again, we're making a wonderful game for about all-time fan Jim Lee and but I have two questions here. First question is part of the customization of the characters. Can you make like characters such as like teenage characters or like little teenagers, like, you know, the Teen Titans are like more than teenage groups and stuff like that. You know, who want to represent like themselves as well as adults. And the second question is kind of building upon what the other guy before me said, as far as getting groups together, like for like the Legion of Doom or something like that. Like if you have like can you get together with a couple people and do like not all the time, of course, be down people, but like do missions or something like that where you're robbing or maybe trying to, you know, take over an area, or where you guys have missions similar to that or something, that type of action. Going on here.
Yeah, well, you know, actually, you might want to talk about the line tech, like, because basically you kind of made the bodies and silhouettes that you could play in the game, and one of them is definitely.
Yeah, if you want to create, I feel so creepy, my kids are in the audience here. If you want to create very young looking characters with